Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 2 of my Rebuilding the Cleveland Browns playthrough. Season 1 actually went pretty well. We made the playoffs our first year, and Season 2 here looks to be even better. My team is looking freaking incredible. So, it's actually been quite a long time since the last episode of this playthrough, but that's because the offseason typically takes a very long time in the NFL. And of course, in this episode, I'm going to share with you guys everything that happened during the offseason. And then, of course, we are going to play our first game of Season 2. We are going to be heading down to New Orleans to take on the Saints. So during the offseason, I had the ability to re-sign a lot of my players, but I decided most of them were able to go away because the vast majority of them were my backups and they wanted way too much money for what they were actually going to be doing on my team. So pretty much every one of them I let go, knowing if I wanted to get them back, I could probably get them via free agency. There were only 3 exceptions to this. I re-signed punter Jacob Schum, cornerback D. Milner, and outside linebacker Sean Porter. When it came to free agency, there were lots of very interesting players available, though unfortunately there weren't many players at positions that I really wanted to fill, so I didn't make as big a splash in free agency as I thought I was going to. I got defensive tackle Dontari Poe because he's very good and my defensive line is now going to be terrifying. We have a really good defensive tackle already in Danny Shelton. Well, now we have 2 of them. We run a 4-3 for those that don't know. I ended up getting running back Kristen Michael because he's very fast. He's the kind of running back I like to have in my offense. A fast running back that can catch passes out of the backfield, one that's pretty agile, and of course we are going to need a backup running back because we made a pretty big trade this offseason, which I'll be covering here in a moment. I ended up getting fullback Corey Harkey because he is a much better blocker than our current starting fullback Danny Vitale. He only costs slightly more in terms of cap space, so I thought let's go ahead and sign him, and that's pretty much it in terms of free agency. I really didn't sign anybody else. Now, as I said, we made a pretty big trade, so I decided to put running back Isaiah Crowell on the trade block. If you caught last season, we decided that Duke Johnson Jr. is better for my offense than Isaiah, but Isaiah is still a pretty good running back. He's a pretty high overall. There's no sense in me keeping him on my bench. I should be trading him and having that actually benefit our team in one way or another. So I decided to put him on the trade block, though unfortunately, there weren't any good offers, really. The best one was a 3rd-round draft pick from the Patriots. I think he's worth more than a 3rd-round draft pick, but even if I thought he was worth that, I wouldn't trade him to the Patriots, right? They don't need to have Isaiah Crowell, making them even freaking better than they already are. So for the time being, I decided to keep him, but he would not stay a Brown much longer. So next up would be the NFL draft. I made an absolute splash in this year's draft. I ended up getting 3 first-round draft picks, which we got some very good players with. So I traded Isaiah Crowell, right tackle Rod Johnson, and defensive tackle Caleb Brantley to the San Francisco 49ers for the 1st overall pick in the draft, which I used to draft left end Stanley Schmidt out of the University of Notre Dame. The reason why I did this is my defensive line, as I said, is now going to be the scariest defensive line in all of football. We have Myles Garrett, we have Danny Shelton, we now have Stanley Schmidt, and of course we also have Dontari Poe, who I signed in free agency. Everybody on my line is a freaking monster, and our defense is going to carry us this season even more so than they did last year. I was very happy with that pick. Next up, I decided to trade a 2nd-round draft pick, fullback Danny Vitale, who is now our backup, keep in mind, and backup left tackle Zach Banner to the Baltimore Ravens for the 5th overall pick in the draft, which I used to draft wide receiver Davion Olsen out of the University of Texas A&M. Now, Davion here, the reason why I picked him, he is 6'4", 236 pounds. He is a red zone threat. Unfortunately, when you look at his stats here, he has a slow developmental trait, which is actually going to make it so it's harder to make him even better. But when you look at his core stats themselves, he is fantastic. Amongst all my receivers, he's one of the fastest. He has the best hands of any receiver on my team, the best catch in traffic. He's a really good receiver. I'm very happy with that pick. The only downside, once again, is that slow developmental trait, which hopefully is not going to hurt him too much in the long run. And with my own 1st-round draft pick, which of course we've just had all along, I decided to draft middle linebacker Tyler Worthy out of the University of Pittsburgh. And the reason why is because we needed a better middle linebacker to shore up our defense. That was one of our weak spots last season. Well, now we have this man who's a freaking monster. Now, because of all these trades that I made, I did not have a 2nd or a 3rd-round pick whatsoever, and the rest of the picks were kind of just backup picks for me. So I ended up getting free safety Miles Bruton out of Princeton because he's a solid safety and I need a backup anyway. I got tight end Chance Hurley out of the University University of William & Mary, which I'm actually very happy about because he's a solid receiving tight end, and he's going to be our backup to David Njoku. Now, his Paul is fantastic, but he's getting old and getting worse and worse every season. It's time to draft a backup tight end because oftentimes I have 2 tight ends on the field with how I like to run my offense. I end up getting wide receiver Andre Warford, also out of William & Mary. He was a teammate with Chance Hurley in college, apparently. I got him because he's another big red zone threat, but I didn't really quite get the value for him that I wanted. His route running is pretty bad, but he might be a decent backup, but I have lots of pretty good receivers already. I was hoping for a steal, and I didn't quite get that. And then after that, I ended up getting center Wayne Dennis out of West Virginia because I need a backup center. I got left tackle Deshaun Humber out of Iowa State because, again, I needed backup linemen. And then, of course, I got kicker Daniel York out of Penn State. I thought I would take a risk here. It was a 7th-round draft pick, and it didn't really pay off. He has 89 kick power and 80 accuracy. I'm not going to be starting him this season. I just want to take a chance to see how good he would actually be. All right, so with the offseason pretty much out of the way, this is going to be our team going into this season right here. This is going to be the depth chart and how I've set it up right now. We have Deshaun Kaiser here, quarterback. Obviously, he won Rookie of the Year. He has much better stats than he did last season, so I'm definitely expecting some very good things out of him. At running back, we are going to be starting Duke Johnson Jr. Right now, it's only an 82 overall, but he is going to get better. 90 speed, 92 agility, and 90 acceleration. Very happy about that. And of course, getting him out of the backfield is definitely going to be a big deal this year with Kristen Michael doing pretty much the same thing because they are very similar players. At fullback, our new fullback we have here is Corey Harkey. Once again, very good blocker. At wide receiver, this may be controversial, Davion Olsen is starting. And you may think, wow, Nero, really? You're committing that hard to this guy just because you wasted a 1st-round draft pick on him? Guys, he's a 69 overall. I get that. I understand that. But look at the actual stats themselves. 92 speed, 89 acceleration, 86 agility. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but look at my other receivers here. He's pretty comparable, right? 85 catching. Tied for best on the entire team. 87 catch in traffic. Definitely best on the entire team. Spectacular catch, 89. Best on the entire team with the exception of Corey Coleman. His route running leaves a little bit to be desired. His release is not that good. He's going to get better over time. His jumping is also very good. And he's a big 6'4" threat. It's something that we don't have on this team whatsoever. All my other receivers, besides, I guess, Josh Gordon, are pretty much tiny guys that don't really go up for the ball really whatsoever. Cooper Kupp is 6'2", but he's really not that big of a guy. Most of my receivers are little tiny route runners. He is going to add an entire new dynamic to our offense, and I really enjoyed playing with him during the preseason. Of course, we have Josh Gordon there, Cooper Kupp, Braxton Miller, and unfortunately, Cole Beasley is going to be all the way down here. Now, Cole may actually move up here just a little bit. I like him, but he's not going to get any better. That's the downside to Cole Beasley, right? He's a pretty sure-handed receiver. He was solid last season, but he's not going to be getting any better. He's only going to get worse over time because he's already kind of up there in terms of age, whereas all of these guys are very young. So to me, it seems like a good idea to actually start them. I may make some changes to the wide receiver depth chart as the season goes on here. I may bump up Cole Beasley a little bit, but right now I'm trying my best to actually get Cooper Kupp and Braxton Miller involved this season to make them a little bit better receivers. At tight end, we have David Njoku with new backup Chance Hurley. And then, of course, Niles Paul is going to be right there. Once again, Niles is getting pretty old. It's time for the new guy to come in, Chance Hurley. And I'm very happy with him. He was awesome during the preseason. At left tackle, of course, we have Joe Thomas. There is going to be our rookie that we drafted who may not be here going forward. Only a 68 overall. We'll see. We'll see how he develops. At left guard, Joel Bitonio. I never understood how to pronounce his name. At center, once again, J.C. Treader from last season. At right guard, Kevin Zeitler, once again from last season. Pretty much the entire offensive line from last year returns. And at right tackle, we have Lane Johnson. Once again, at defensive end, here we have Stanley Schmidt, the rookie, who's a freaking monster. Very happy to have him. I cannot wait to see what he's going to do this year. Of course, we have Myles Garrett, 95 overall, defensive rookie of the year last season. At defensive tackle, Danny Shelton and Dontari Poe. What's interesting is if you switch these guys around, their overall change, which I think is kind of interesting. But yeah, Danny Shelton, number 1, Dontari, number 2. The reason why Danny's number 1 is because he's younger. Again, I want him to actually get more reps. At outside linebacker, Jamie Collins Sr., At middle linebacker, the rookie Tyler Worthy, with last year's starter Joe Schubert actually backing him up. And then at right outside linebacker, Christian Kirksey again, just like we had last season. At corner, we have Joe Hayden, we have Jamar Taylor, Jason McCourty, Buster Screen, and D. Milner. At free safety, yet again, Harrison Smith. We traded for him last season. He's a freaking monster. And at strong safety, Jabril Peppers, who did not develop as well as I hoped last year, but he developed a little bit, and hopefully this season will be a nice sophomore season for him. And then there's that rookie we drafted that moved him from free safety to strong safety because I need a backup strong safety more so than a free safety. At kicker, we're going to be going with Zane Gonzalez this season, and at punter, yet again, Jacob Shum. With that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, quite the introduction. Let's play some freaking football.
Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am worried that I'm going to be super rusty, so please forgive me if my play is not as good as you're used to, but let's be honest here, if you've been watching this series, you're not used to very good play. You're used to very mediocre play at best. So, of course, the NFL season is underway. Browns 0-11. Very good so far. Very good. Deshaun Kaiser not exactly working out the way we had hoped. Lots of things have happened since the last episode of this playthrough. Let's start things off here with last season's favorite play. What a way to start off the season. Right there, up the middle. Duke Johnson Jr., the future of this franchise, right there. Man, even in real life, I think everybody is finally coming around to Duke Johnson Jr. That man is a monster. I would be all for him actually being the full-time starter in Cleveland. Even in real life, I'm just saying. Nothing against Isaiah. But man, when Duke Johnson's on the field, there is a spark, and I freaking love that. And, ooh, all right, we're getting it off early. There we go. Nothing's changed. So if you're noticing the game looking a little bit better, I'm actually playing on the Xbox One X. Those of you guys that followed my Call of Duty World War II campaign playthrough, you guys knew that. I got that console, and of course, it's now better here on the Xbox One X as compared to what was in the Xbox One, so the graphics here are great. But I'm also noticing, like, there's more camera angles, more cinematics and stuff like that, so that's all actually pretty great to me. Let's see here. We're going to fire that in. There we go. Corey Coleman, who I'm hoping is going to have a much better season. He was kind of underwhelming last year, and the goal is to kind of get him more involved this year. Let's go ahead and go for a halfback dive. But, you know, them bumping up the strong safety there doesn't actually bother me that much because I don't really run that way anyway. I kind of go either right up the middle or I cut to the left whenever I run that dive, so I'm not too worried about him bumping up the safety there. Let's go ahead and go to coach suggestions and swap this off to the community. What's the community have to say about all this? Ooh, tight end angle. I like the community plays because oftentimes they're like some of the best plays in the entire game, and they're usually plays I like running myself, so let's see. And we're just going to get to the rookie there. There's his first catch of his career. A nice little 6-yard gain. Not exactly what I drafted him for, those little crossing routes there. But don't worry. Oh, there was my draft. There was my draft. I'm going to try and edit that back on there so you guys can actually see it. But, yeah, I wish I wouldn't have actually clicked away right there. Now it's 3rd and 1. Actually, let's go for that draw here. I think the draw is a good call right here. There it is. We got Duke. Oh, look at Duke. Duke didn't go down. No, who's hurt? I think most people do this, but I turned off injuries during the preseason because there's nothing more annoying than somebody getting injured during the preseason. But it looks like we already have somebody hurt here on the first drive. Who was it? These new replays are pretty sick. I wonder if the Xbox One X will actually show us who got injured. That'd be a nice change of pace, right? They also have new commentary things, like announcements and stuff like that, which is pretty nice, that you can download. Who's hurt? Who's hurt? All right, it's not Duke. It's none of my core starters. Looking at my line, I don't think any of my linemen are hurt. It must have been one of them, actually. We're gonna go for a draw here again. I'm not liking the pass play I picked, so we're just gonna go for a draw. I mean, Duke's been doing pretty good already. He's got 4 carries for 30 yards, so we'll take that. So it was my guard. Well, let's put in the backup. I don't want you to hurt yourself with your muscle cramps. Last thing, I mean, heaven forbid you cramp up. Actually, I mean, cramps are terrible. I mean, how bad? I remember when I was a kid, I would sometimes wake up these leg cramps because I'm 6'3", so I hit a pretty big growth spurt when I was young. Like, I forget, I had to get new pants in one school year like 3 times or something like that. Like, I had a big growth spurt, and so my legs would hurt all the time. So I'd wake up at night with these cramps, and it was awful. So I forgive him. What? There's got to be something to that, right? What is happening? Because this happened all last season. It's happening this year as well. When it comes to those like quick crossing routes where, you know, the guy's like 3 feet away from me, For some reason, it's just incomplete. Is it because my feet aren't set? I threw it right there. He starts stepping forward. What's causing me to throw those passes so badly? It's only those crossing routes that are like right in front. Like, is it an error in the... Is it a glitch? I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know. Let's go for the mesh switch here. The key here is not to lose any yards. Josh Gordon might be there. Josh is there. No, he isn't. He actually isn't there. Josh! Oh! I wanted to get up there to him. All right, fair enough. Now it's 4th and 8. Not a bad first drive. We're trying to get Warren back into the swing of things here. All right, perfect kick. Zane Gonzalez is now our kicker again. We benched him last season and kept him on the practice squad because he has a freaking boot of a leg, but his poor accuracy was really hurting me, and I was really bad at kicking last season, so I just basically put him on the practice squad. Now we have him here for Season 2. He's a little bit better, and his kick power is definitely going to be helpful, I think, going throughout the entirety of the season. All right, let's have Dr. Nero's defensive doom, and they have held on the first drive because, of course, they are going to every time. I think our defense is much better this season than they were last season, and last season they were freaking incredible, so I'm pretty happy about that. Come on, get those blocks. There we go. Oh, go for the juke. Oh, no. If I actually could have gotten that. You see how Corey Coleman was coming across to block the safety? Oh, that might have been it might have been a touchdown. I'm just saying. It might have been. So as you can see here, I'm definitely playing a pretty conservative offense. I'm worried about like throwing interceptions and like doing very badly in my first game, so I'm trying my best to avoid that. Oh, that's going to be the rookie. That's the rookie. There he is, going downfield. Davion Olsen. We're getting him them catches, man. We are getting him his catches. He is going to get his touches this year. Let's send him deep. Let's see if that safety on number 54. Right now, they have a linebacker covering, which means the safety's probably going to cover him, which means he may actually be in one-on-one. We'll see. And deep in. No, that's a really good linebacker. There you go, Corey Coleman, though. That linebacker was covering him like white on rice, but we still got it because we're actually better this season. We are better, and I'm very happy about that, man. Deshaun Kaiser, of course, having the increased medium and deep throw accuracy compared to last year is definitely going to be helping out this year. Looks like Duke Johnson Jr. is actually a little bit tired. Not a fan of that. All right, Duke. Oh, look at the blocks. Look at the blocks by Corey Coleman. Look at Duke Johnson, 6 for 52. This defense can't handle me. Drew Brees retired, by the way. If you're wondering about that, Drew Brees did retire. He's actually in the Hall of Fame because for some reason on Madden, you're eligible for Hall of Fame status your first season of retirement. But, yeah, so Drew Brees is gone for their team. So I feel like if we can score here, they're going to have a hard time scoring on us. All right, Kristen Michael is now in. Show me why I signed you as a backup, buddy. There we go. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. Let's do a hurry up into a play action corner. Are they bumping up on David Njoku here? So Josh Gordon coming across as our safety valve. Are they blitzing me? And that's Big Dave. Big Dave. Oh, I was hoping for it. Good D. Good D. I'll give it to him. We don't go for the screen here, right? I was thinking like, man, halfback screen. We haven't run one of those yet this season. But we're going to go for the tight ends coming across. It's actually going to be the rookie Chance Hurley who's going to be coming across here. And we're just going to get Big Dave. There he is. No, David, there you go. He fell in perfectly. All right. We're starting off things well this season. Pretty happy about it. A lot goes into this, right? I'm worried that, like, going into this game, we would be, like, doing terribly, like, absolutely awfully. Like, I'd be throwing interceptions, not being able to put up any points, getting blown out by the Saints. Like, I was really worried about all of that. And so it's a big weight off my shoulders to see things actually going well so far. And the defensive doom has held yet again, which I imagine they will do all season. Very happy. All right. We got Josh Gordon potentially on the corner. Let's not force it, though. I have a tendency of forcing that. Yeah, we're not going to force that. No way. No, Corey! I pressed... You guys probably couldn't have heard it, but I pressed the button. I saw how open he was. He basically tucked it, though, because he didn't want to fumble it. All right. Let's see. Play action seems like a bad idea because... if they blitz again and I get sacked, we're so screwed. So we are going to go this way. Oh, I didn't realize this was a stupid 3 tight end set. All right. And it's going to be Big... No, Big Dave! He's open again! All right. So I'm having flashbacks of last year where I get sacked so far back every single time. All right. Well, do you guys remember what we call on these big 3rd and long situations? It randomly works. Sometimes it works. I should say sometimes. Let's see. Is it going to work this time? Not going to work because they're not blocking. And he actually dropped it, which is probably for the best because we would have lost even more yards. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I'm perfectly fine. So I guess people may want me to talk about the Browns in real life now that we are 3/4 of the way through the season pretty much at this point. As disappointing as ever. Hugh Jackson, I don't understand it, man. Like other teams, if they drop down to 7-9 on the year, they're like, all right, coach has to go. Hugh Jackson, right now, what is he? Wait a minute. Is that Cody? Wait, hold on a second. Is that Cody Kessler? I forget the exact numbers. Whoa, so 1-15 last season. We're 0-11 so far. So what is he? 1-26 so far as a coach? I mean, at some point, something different has to change here. Cody Kessler. So we traded at the beginning of my playthrough here. I traded Cody Kessler to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a receiver. Now apparently they got rid of him. And now he's starting for the Saints. Now that Drew Brees retired. It's actually hilarious. That is actually really good. But yeah, I don't understand how he's even still around as a coach. He's a head coach and the offensive coordinator pretty much. Like he's calling the plays. He's doing everything. And I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with how bad the Browns are. It's like literally their defense is solid. I'll always say that. The Browns defense is pretty good. But their offense, it's like watching a high school team. Like, if they get a play that's like more than 7 yards, it's like, wow, they did something, you know? It's really bad. Ooh, Corey Coleman. And not going to be Corey. Hey, we actually didn't mess up that throw that time. Cole Beasley's who we trade for, by the way. For some reason, his name was escaping me, and I didn't want to like sit there and go, so he said a receiver. It's Cole Beasley. Randomly, we were able to trade Cody Kessler for last year. All right, 3rd and 5. Let's go ahead and, oh, this is actually going to work this time. We actually had some good blocking there. Oh, speaking of good blocking, go for that juke. All right. We are 7-12, 82 yards and a touchdown. Not bad so far, honestly. If we can put up points right here, we could probably just coast the rest of the game, not even have to worry. All right. Look at this. Look at this team. This defense they're giving us. They have a linebacker over there covering Olsen. Let's send Corey Coleman deep. And all right. I see them. I don't like them, but I saw it. Okay. I wish you would have actually slid instead of diving there, but I'll take that too. They have a linebacker covering my big 6'4" receiver, so I thought it would be worth taking a risk there and calling a pass play, but the pass defense was way too good there. All right, Duke. Easy first. Look at them fighting for it. I think he's actually short, though. I think he's short, yeah. All right. So the backup's going to be coming in. Let's go for it again. Let's go for that same dive. What are they going to do? Stop us? They can't stop us. We got Kristen Michael back here. And by the way, it's not Christian Michael. It's Kristen Michael. Oh, look at him go. I thought it was actually going to be a touchdown. I thought he was going to straight up score there. That play is so freaking good. All right, so should we try the slants? Slants is traditionally a bad play for me. We'll see. I'm going to try not to force it. And there he is. Corey Coleman. Traditionally, slants is a bad play for me. I always force it when it's not actually there because I get this idea in my head that it's going to work, and regardless if it's open or not, I just throw it in there, and oftentimes I throw interceptions. Well, not that time. Corey Coleman's already got himself a touchdown. I'll take it. I'll take it. And we're up. Defense did not hold 17-7, but we have a little bit of time here, and we may be able to score going into the half, so let's try that. All right, Duke. And, oh, he's too fast. He's too fast. Go for the juke. Oh, we actually got away, and my teammate actually bumped me perfectly there. That's actually incredible how that worked out. All right. Jet drive. No. Okay, we're going to go for slants. We're going to send Davion deep. I want to see if they want to leave him in one-on-one. And then we're going to have David just going on out route. Are they in one-on-one? No. Actually, yes, yes. We're going for it, buddy. Get that catch. Oh, there he is. That's why we drafted him right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why we drafted him. He's a deep threat. He's a big guy. I freaking love him. He's from my favorite college, Texas A&M. Everything came. I had to trade up to get him. I just had to. I am very happy we got him. What a play. Woo! I missed Madden, man. This is fun. Look at the catch. One hand even. One hand. Oh, I love him. I love him. Oh, that's so good. All right. Defense. All right, we got the ball back here on the 8-yard line. We actually have time to maybe drive down and score yet again. What are we going to do? Let's try a mesh. Let's try a mesh here. Oh, I can't believe that. That is so... Ooh, I think Josh might be there. And not liking it, so we're just going to go underneath. It's a me, or are they covering that corner route like way better so far this year? It changes based on the defense, of course, every single game, but it seems like the Saints defense here is just like, nah, we're not giving you that corner route. We saw it last year. Oh, all right. Go for it. Oh, all right. That was not exactly my best show of running the ball, but I tried. I mean, look at my coach. Even more high definition now. Xbox One X. I'm enjoying it. Did you guys get any good Black Friday sales? I didn't. I bought some things, but they weren't like good sales or anything like that. Got a new RAM for my PC, a new power supply for my PC. I got something else, didn't I? I can't remember. They're actually going to be stopping the run here. We're going to go for a slants, because look at those middle linebackers. They are so bumped up. I bet they're actually blitzing too. And they are. Fired it. There's the rookie. He dropped it. No! I just realized he dropped it. I thought he had it. Well, it's okay, I guess. It's okay. Go ahead and punt it off, I suppose. He's a rookie. He'll get better, guys. I mean, if that were any other receiver, they would have dropped it too, because he has the best hands on the entire team. That was a good punt there, Mr. Jacob. Kill him dead. Kill him dead. All right, that's not quite killing him dead, Buster, but good job. I can't wait to see First Energy Stadium on the Xbox One X. I'm yet to see that. All right, there's halftime. Not bad first half. Not bad whatsoever. Let's continue that success, because while we have been doing pretty well, it's basically 14-0 right now. We're only up by 2 touchdowns, so we need to score here. We can't just give up. Oh, who is that man that just busted through and just ended my whole career? Kiha? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I never heard of him before. Let's try a slant. Maybe slants might not be the best play here. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? I think they're going to do one-on-one again. If they do, oh, it is. It is. Come on, buddy. That might be picked. No. Oh, pass interference. Pass interference. That's even better. Oh, wow. Look at Atlanta getting 47 points down there. All right, so now that we're out of the shadow of our own end zone, we can call whatever we want. Let's go back to the old tried and true here for a little bit. Get Mr. Duke Johnson his carries. I want this to be a big year for him. I'm talking, I want 1,000 yards at him this year on the ground, plus a bunch of yards catching. You know, I want him to have a good year. Let's go for the actual slants this time. They're actually playing back on us right now, so I think slants is actually going to be there. And Corey Coleman. There he is. This defense, we were just picking them apart, man. We'll do a hurry up. Do I go? Play action zone shot. This could be potentially incredible. They're playing too far back. Yeah, they're definitely playing too far back. Let's go for slants again. And we're going to scramble this. Oh, Deshaun Kaiser. Ball forward. No, I hate this game. There's nothing I can do about that. If I tap X, he doesn't actually die. And people have trolled me by saying hitting left bumper. That's how you lateral. So why didn't he just slide? Quarterbacks used to slide. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. Maybe if I hold down while I do it, I'd have to test it or something. Do a quick match or something like that and just see just scramble all the time. You see what I can do to make him actually do that, because when he dives like that, it's like a guaranteed fumble in Madden for some reason. Because for some reason, if you're a quarterback, you don't know how to fall forward. And Olsen, he dropped that one too. All right. He's got the jitters. He's got the jitters. It's okay. 3rd and 7, we're on the 44. So it's a trust situation here. We're going to go for the screen. We need 7. I mean, we need the first down no matter what. Like, it's not a matter of run the ball and kick a field goal. That's way too long, I think. Get them blocks. There we go. And easy first. Duke Johnson. 13 of 23 touchdowns. Pretty happy about that so far, man. Not happy with that fumble, but, I mean, let's be honest, it's out of my control. So, ooh, Olsen on the deep corner. Well, it's not a super deep corner, but it's there. And, ooh, no, well, I'm not sure if it's a drop or got popped out. I'm just happy it wasn't intercepted. That's a classic example of what I was talking about earlier, where I have an idea of someone I want to throw to, and it's already in my head. I'm going to throw to them regardless of what the coverage actually is. And that could have definitely been a very bad thing, so I'm glad that did not turn out poorly. And we're going to go Kaiser. See, dives. I mean, I'm going to have to mess with that. I don't know what's causing him to do that. I wish I could slide. I was thinking about the screen here, but I think the shallow cross might be all we need for 4 yards. And if not, we'll boot the field goal, take a 3-score lead. Niles, let's have you going deep. Try and hit Big Dave. Oh, wow. Let's just leave Big Dave. Oh, okay, they left him open, but bend but don't break. It's 4th and 1. Yep, that's fine. You know, we've got that lead. We're going for it. We are in the control of our own destiny right now. We could kick that field goal, but it's okay. I don't think we need to. They can't stop us. This is 1 yard. This is Duke Johnson Jr. We've got that. I'm not afraid of that. I think that's a straight up good coaching decision. I think anyone would have actually gone for that. There's no reason we should have had to have go for that field goal there. What are they gonna do? Stop us? Come on. Play action boot comeback. Now, I'm personally not a fan of the comeback route whatsoever, but I am a fan of that route Josh Gordon's running. So we're gonna look for that here. Ball scrambling. And no! Really good pass coverage there. That linebacker, they had that so perfectly covered. So perfectly covered. Really good. Let's try something. What can I do here? What can I do here? Let's go. I'll just go straight out of that formation. Try something different. Tight end angle. That corner route has not been there yet the entire game, but slant routes have been there. So I feel like going for a slant might be a good idea here. We'll see. The safeties are playing back, but the corners are playing up. And that's big. That was to Josh Gordon. You know, my middle receiver running the slant, that's who I threw it to. Why? I threw that to the wide receiver. And he's like, whoop. And I was standing still. It wasn't like, there's got to be a reason why that happens, right? I just don't know what that is. Now, who got hurt? Who got hurt? There's Dave. My lineman looked to all be there. Josh. I guess it was one of them that got hurt. I have no idea. And Mr. Corey Coleman, number 2. Oh, 1 yard line. 1 yard line. And go for the cross buck here. They say not to go for this, so we're going to do it anyway. We're not afraid of them. Okay, we should have been. Keep going, Duke. Oh, I wanted it. All right, now who remembers from last season? This is going to test you. Who remembers our go-to play for... So my center actually strained it. All right, so the rookie I drafted is now going in. All right. Who remembers our play from last year? There it is. It's the old toss. We're going to have to wait until the 4th quarter, though, to actually call a play. Halfback toss. I'm telling you, when you try to run up the middle in all Madden, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. On the goal line anyway. It works outside of that, but when you're actually up here, you know, in the red zone, running up the middle for me just does not work at all. The tosses, they do work, however, and Duke Johnson's got that speed, he's got that agility, so it should actually work. I would assume it's going to work. All right, and strong toss. Let's just hope their defensive secondary is not that fast. And, oh, Duke, but he broke the tackle anyway. There he is. Duke Johnson's first touchdown of the season. The new starter, the future of the Cleveland Browns. Man, this is going very well. I hope every game this season goes like this. Look at that, breaking the tackle even. Oh, I love the Duke. Defense held, and we actually have the ball here on the 41-yard line. They want us to chew clock. That's okay. I'm okay with chewing clock. That just would be feeding the Duke a little bit more here, right? Ooh, Duke with the juke. Where are we at? 16 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. I'm very happy about this, man. This has gone so well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, because I love doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. You guys see it. You guys see it. You see it just as well as I do. Big Dave! Big Dave, they left you open. Look at him breaking tackles. I don't know why. That was a busted coverage if I've ever seen one. Why did they leave? I was going for Olsen there, but they left Dave so open. It's like, all right, well, I mean, if you're just going to leave him there, I guess I'll throw to him. I mean, ooh, they're bumping up again, too. Actually, how about this? Olsen going in. I want David Njoku in the corner here. I think it's going to be there, too. And Big Dave. I wanted it. Wasn't there. It's okay. What do we do here, boys? What do we do? Let's try the mesh. Do they want to leave that corner route open yet? Josh Gordon's barely done anything this game. I think it may be there. We'll have to see. And wow, blanket coverage. They call that a drop and not a fumble? So that's technically his third drop of the game. Olsen, how do you have that big touchdown catch earlier, but then you drop a bunch of passes as well? He has the best catch in traffic of anybody on my team, too. So I'm like, oh, man. And the rookie, Chance Hurley. Look how open he freaking was. Oh, man. What a game for Deshaun Kaiser. What an introduction to the season here. We got two rookies catching touchdowns. We got some classics from last season. David Njoku and Corey Coleman, of course. We have such a good young team here. 38 points. We got the ball here on the 5-yard line. For crying out loud. All right, let's get out of the shadow of our own end zone. All right, this is the 3 tight end set. We're actually going to cut this dive to the left by default. And, oh, stay up, man. 17 carries, 81 yards. Let's go for a hurry up here, because I'm just, you know me, man. I am all about, ooh, never mind. Never mind. I was just kidding about actually trying to run up stats on you guys. Oh, lots of really good blocking there, but just so much congestion there in the very center. Wow, look at the low-res camera guy behind my coach. All right, what is it? 1st and 10. We'll just go halfback dive. We're just going to keep on running, I think. If we could hit 100 yards in the first game, that'd be fantastic. And it's there. That play is so freaking good. It's so good. 19 carries, 99 yards. Let's get it one more time now. Let's make it 20 carries for 100. Let's get at least 1 yard out of this. At least 1 yard. And there it is. 20 carries, $110 and a touchdown. Not to mention all of his catches. Duke, what a game. What a game. And you know what? I am not going to ruin it. I'm not going to ruin it. Cardale, get in there. Kristen, get in there. I'm not even gonna risk throwing an interception randomly. I'm not gonna risk, you know, having my quarterback get hurt or have my running back get hurt, because I love these guys and I don't want them to get injured. Especially considering we don't seem to actually need to have them in. We're doing just fine. 2-minute warning, 38-10. In the first game. What a return of the Madden 18 series. I am very happy about this, guys. I've said it countless times, but this has gone so freaking well so far.
second down now as they look to salt this one.
And Kristen,
Throwing Jones.
my man. Oh, you called that. Why didn't you block him? You blocked the guy on the left. Should have blocked the guy on the right. Would have been all right.
46.
I mean, I'll take it, though.
7-yard gain
I'll
there.
take
It's
it, though.
good enough to move the chains.
Part of me wants to really try and just put up more points on them because it would be fun. Not to mention, we're at kind of a disadvantage where, you know, in my games, us playing 6-minute quarters, you know, all the other people in the league, the games that are being simulated, they oftentimes have many more carries, more pass attempts and stuff like that. So running up stats is not the worst thing in the world because it kind of makes it so my stats are on par with the other people in the league. But of course, it's also kind of douchey. And, oh, Josh. Josh is actually there finally. Oh, there we go. Bad throw, but Josh is like, thank you for finally getting me involved. Flash Gordon, of course, is coming back in real life. It would be awesome to see him turn the Browns around a little bit, actually have a deep threat. That'd be fun. That would be pretty nice. Cardale, of course, was the quarterback that had to take over for the injured Deshaun Kaiser in the playoffs last year. That was such a plot twist. I couldn't believe that. There we go. Olsen actually got another catch. He actually held on to it that time. And, ooh, we'll just go for that F trail here because you know what? Look at this defense. I'm thinking Corey Coleman's going to be there on the deep post. I think he's going to be there. Unless that safety wants to drop back in coverage, which he isn't. But his buddy is. I see them. All right. We'll feed more catches to Olsen. That's fine. I'll feed plays to Olsen. I like Olsen.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And we're going to try busting this outside, but I'm not sure it's going to be there. Oh, it was there for a second, then he shed the block. All right. We're gonna try and boot the 3. It should be easy. Yeah, it should be an easy kick here. Did I mess it up? Nope, we're good. Perfect. And we're gonna kick it off to them, so they'll have a chance to actually do something. But chances are they aren't. What a freaking return. Oh man, this team is so good. So in terms of like actual overalls, we have a 93 overall offense and an 89, I think, overall defense. Yeah, it's going to be a good season. I think we definitely did a pretty good job rebuilding the Cleveland Browns here. So it's a matter of can we actually make it to the Super Bowl, I think. Look at that, man. Then again, the Saints aren't exactly the best team in the league. They're known for having a pretty bad defense. And now, with that man, Cody Kessler, under center, they're definitely struggling a bit to put up points, especially on Dr. Nero's defensive doom. Is anyone else very excited to see the defensive stats? I can't wait to see like how many tackles people got, if there were any interceptions or forced fumbles. I look forward to that at the end of every game. It's so much fun to me. Wow. Scoreless in the third, but man, aside from that, we were putting up points like crazy. Let's watch some highlights here. Duke Johnson on the toss there for his first rushing touchdown of the year. Kaiser hitting Corey Coleman, who almost had 2 touchdown catches. There's David Njoku wide open, falling back into the end zone over a defender. Going up there is the rookie, Chance Hurley. Then we have, of course, the other rookie, Davion Olsen, going deep, one-handed. He's like the Randy Moss of our team, man. I'm excited about him. And what's funny is I knew there were some of you who at the very beginning, you're like, Nero, he's a 69 overall receiver. Why are you starting him? You're just, sunk cost fallacy on this guy. Oh, no. I believe in him. So, yeah, Cody Kessler did not have a good game. 16-37, $161, touchdown, and a pick. All right, so for our team here, Kaiser wins 17-29, 245, and 4 touchdowns, 58% completion percentage, basically 60. 4 for 4, 25 yards for Mr. Cardale Jones. Running the ball, we could not be stopped, minus that stupid fumble from Deshaun. So Duke Johnson, 20 for $110 and a touchdown, 5 for 21 for Mr. Christian Michael, coming in as the relief man. Davion Olsen in his first game, 7 catches, $106 and a touchdown. Ignore the 4 drops. Those didn't happen. Corey Coleman, 5 for 64 and a touchdown. David Njoku, 3 for 38 and a touchdown. Duke Johnson, 3 for 32. I thought I got more than 3 passes off to him. Well, he did drop 1, but I feel like he had more catches than that. Josh Gordon, 1 for 11. Chance Hurley, 1 for 12 and a touchdown. Kristen Michael, 1 for 7. Not bad. Not bad. Now, here's the fun part. Defense. Look at that. Jabril Peppers. All right. Let's go total tackles here. So, Tyler Worthy, the new starter, the rookie I took in the first round, out of the University of Pittsburgh, 7 tackles in his opening game. Jabril with 6. Harrison with 5. Jamar Taylor, of course, we got there. Let's check out the sacks. Stanley Schmidt, the first overall draft pick, 2 sacks in his first game. Myles Garrett with 1. It's going to be a good year, boys. It's going to be a good year. Interceptions, Joe Hayden. Y'all thought he was washed up. Interception in the first game. A couple pass deflections as well from the rookie. Also one there from Danny Shelton. No forced fumbles, unfortunately. No blocked field goals. No safeties, none of that. And kicking-wise, Zane Gonzalez back as the starting man here after a year in the practice squad. 2 for 2 with a long of 44 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the return here of the Madden NFL 18 playthrough. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.